Hey guys, Jeep with MTS here. Today we're going to be showing you how to install a dual rate MTS spring kit and limit straps on a 2018 Turbo S Dynamix. First thing we want to go over is making sure that we have all of the correct parts for our vehicle, including spring dividers, crossover rings, bolts, straps, and proper hardware length. And then we're going to need to make sure we have all the necessary tools, which include a spring compressor. You don't have to use the one we use. This is the one we prefer to use. Some sort of jack that can raise your car at least 2 feet in the air, a 7/64 Allen flathead 18mm wrench, 19mm wrench, breaker bar or 1/2-inch ratchet with an 18mm socket, 18mm socket on a 3/8 ratchet, 10mm Allen, and a tape measure. Make sure that when you are jacking the car up that it is in neutral to allow the jack to pull the car forward as you raise it. And once you have the car jacked up sufficiently, you're going to need to unplug your Dynamix adjuster from the harness and remove the clip from the shock body. Then you're going to take your breaker bar with your 18mm and your 18mm wrench. One thing you could do to help make your life easier when removing the bolts is applying pressure to the back of the bolt as you slowly lower the car. And sometimes when they're stubborn, you can use your wrench to pry them out. As you compress it, you are going to need to push this rubber bump stop down in order to remove the spring retainer. Remove your stock springs and slider. We will be replacing those. Now that we have the driver's side shock out and disassembled, repeat the process on the other side. Sleep better with Jeep MTS ASMR. So now that you have both front shocks off the car and disassembled, it is a good time and opportunity to check to see if you have any leaking, wear, or any damaged parts. So looking here at the dust cap, make sure there's no buildup of wet oil or reservoir caps as well. As you can see, this one has a buildup of oil, so either it needs a rebuild, or one solution for this is to pick up a set of our billet reservoir caps with Schrader valves. What that does for you is it allows it to hold more nitrogen pressure, prevent leaks, and it's easily serviceable throughout the season. These are available now at shop.mtsoffroad.com for only $150. Once you have the shocks off the car, it's also a good opportunity to take some time and give them a good wipe down. This is why you let MTS take care of your shocks. Now it is time to install your crossover rings and set your measurements. One way to install these is to use a screwdriver and spread it open so it easily slides over the threads. And make sure that it is seated level and evenly. So now we're going to show you where to measure from for your crossover ring and your preload nut. For your preload nut, you're going to measure where the spring sits to where the body threads into the top cap. And that should be 1 5/8 inches. For your crossover ring, you're going to measure where the divider would make contact with the crossover ring to where the body threads into the top cap, and that should be 7 1/4 inches. Every car is going to require different preload and crossover measurements, so please ensure that you are looking at your model on our website under the DIY Installations tab. After ensuring that your measurements are in fact correct, it is time to install your springs. First, your tender, then your spring divider facing long side towards the A-arm, and your mainspring. When putting it together, ensure that you clock your springs so that your eyelet is as center as possible in the mainspring. and then install your spring retainer. Be careful not to pinch your hands. Now that the shocks are back together, this reinstallation can go one of two ways. If you're not going to install MTS off-road limit straps, reuse your stock hardware, ensuring that you leave the bolts loose. If you are using MTS off-road limit straps, please open your package now, ensuring that you have all the correct hardware. All of your spacers are going to be marked with a part number. If for some reason they are not, these numbers stand for measurements. 2.1 inches, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Locate your front hardware and we will begin with the reinstallation of your front shocks. When reinstalling your shocks, please ensure that the reservoir is going to the rear of the car. Now we are going to install the front strap. First, you're going to have washer, sleeve, strap, and spacer. You're going to install your strap from the back going forwards. Ensuring that you do not pinch any wires behind your bolt. For the lower, you're going to remove your nut, washer, spacer, and sleeve. And then you're going to install from the front going backwards. There's no need to reinstall the lower part of your strap or tighten anything, as we have to check ride height. Make sure you reconnect your Dynamix plug. After that, we are done with the front and we'll move on to the rear. Be sure to remove your Dynamix plug, and we're using the same tools to remove the front, loosen the bolts for the rear. To make it easier to access this top bolt, you can remove this intake tube by pressing on the top and pulling down. When removing your upper shock bolt, make sure that you get into a power stance as to not damage your lower vertebrae. So inspecting these shocks, we noticed that there is a tiny bit of wear on the threads from the spring divider. This wear is not abnormal. This is pretty typical for a car that has around 2,000 miles with a set of stock springs. Now, there's multiple ways you can prevent this. One is by running an aftermarket spring kit with tighter tolerance dividers. Two, ensuring that you wash your car thoroughly after every ride, and making sure that your springs are clocked and oriented properly. For the rear specifically, there are adapters provided to adapt from a 3.5 inch spring to a 3 3/4 inch spring. Be sure to install these before you install your crossovers. One goes on the preload nut while the other sits underneath the spring perch. Install your tender spring, your new divider, your mainspring, and clock your springs to ensure that the eyelet is as center as possible in the mainspring, and install your provided adapter. For the rear, you're going to remove the nut, washer, spacer, and sleeve. And you're going to install the bolt from the outside going in. And same thing for the lower. We install the limit strap on the inside because there is no clearance to the outside because the reservoir bridge interferes with the limit strap tab. For the passenger side, the bolts are installed the exact same way. Reinstall your intake tube and plug in your adjuster on both sides. Now it is time to check your ride height. When checking the ride height on your cars, it is important to back them up at least 15 feet and pull forward 15 feet, ending the settling going forward. Before checking your ride height, cycle your key to make sure that you have no warning lights indicating that one of your adjusters may not be plugged in. And before moving the car, ensure that the car is in comfort. So now we're going to check our axle angles using an app on your smartphone, or if you have a degree wheel. If you have an iPhone, it's going to be the Measure app. Bottom right hand corner, 13 in the front, not bad. Right now, the car is sitting about 13 degrees in the front, 12 degrees in the rear. Our target angle for a Turbo S is anywhere between 14 to 16, typically wanting about a degree higher in the front. Now, for most cars, about a ½ inch will give you 3 degrees. We have the rear shocks back off the car. We're making our adjustments. We'll reinstall these and go to the front. Okay guys, we got the shocks back on. We're 15 degrees in the front, 14 degrees in the rear. So we're good there. We're ready to install our limit straps, tighten everything up, and this job is done. So now you're going to need your 10 mil Allen and your 19 millimeter wrench to tighten the bolts for your limit straps. Now that all your bolts are tight, we need to install the Velcro straps that are provided with your kit. The purpose of these is to keep the strap away from the tire as the suspension travels. For the passenger rear, you're going to want to strap it higher to keep the strap out of the way of the exhaust. This concludes our spring kit and limit strap install. It is important to note that after installing a spring kit that you get your shocks charged to the proper PSI. If you do not have the tools to service the OEM cap, look into getting a set of our billet reservoir caps with Schrader valves. Also, if your car has 2,000 miles or is nearing 2,000 miles, it should be noted that you may need to get your shocks rebuilt, otherwise you may not reap all the benefits of a spring kit. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any more questions about your spring kit or questions about installing, please give us a call at 602-272-5009.